the greatest investment that you will ever make will always be not the information. That's part of the equation. Because you need the information once God said, hey, I need you to go this way. Okay, God, bet. Go this way. I need some information. Okay, let me download the information in you then. Cool. But information with no direction, the GPS gonna keep saying detour. Detour. The GPS gonna keep saying because you got the information. The information is once the map come on, it shows you all the different highways you can take. That's the information. But you gotta get direction. Who gives us direction? We get direction when we say what? I relinquish control. Every message that we deliver, it compounds. They overlap one another for a reason. Each message is designed to help us take another step on the ladder, and it improves the trajectory to where we're headed. But it's a reason why you never often hear us say the same thing twice, is because every message is designed to navigate each one of us in a specific direction. But the ultimate goal, no matter what direction we take, is the end result. And the end result is financial transformation. Financial transformation is key. Because each one of us, every one of y'all that come into this show each and every week, whether it's online, whether you in here in person, like every one of us are in a different place financially, but we know we want to improve. Improvement means we must make internal change. The thing about internal change is it can be painful. It's easy to change my clothes. That doesn't really take too much from me. But it's harder for me to change my thought process because that process has been cultivated over time. And I want to dig into that for a little second, Jose. Because our greatest investment isn't a stock. Our greatest investment isn't a piece of real estate. Our greatest investment is the time that we spend curating new thoughts that allow us to, watch this, Jose, it allows us to create new behaviors so that new behaviors can create new actions, and then new actions give us new outcomes. All right? So I realized, Jose, that over this last year, bruh, I spent a lot of time curating new thoughts. And sometimes I literally battle with my old way of thinking with my new way of thinking. Bruh, my old way of thinking is so I'll keep it clean. My old way of thinking is just like, I don't want to say barbaric, but it's like it's a bullyish mindset, right? Like I'm a trample whatever in a way. Like my old way of thinking, I don't have too much reason. My old way of thinking doesn't come with too much compromise. Because my old way of thinking was always get it done, no matter what. No matter whose feelings get crushed, no matter who gets rolled over. I didn't limit what I think was possible, but my means to get there was what my old thinking got in the way. Because my old way of thinking, it was simply crush whoever has to be crushed. My old way of thinking was, we used to have this saying when I was in prison, Jose, it used to be called, muscle game only. In prison, it was, and we used to call it Braveheart. I created a brand in prison called Braveheart. And that simply meant muscle game only. Now, mind you, I'm 180, about 5'9", grew into the 5'10" over time. But my heart was so big. My heart was so big, and I always felt like no matter if you was bigger than me, I felt like you didn't have more heart than me. I really didn't mind getting in the fight with the bigger dudes because I felt like if you didn't knock me out, I would fight you long enough to where I would win. I feel like I had that much scrap in me. So in prison, Jose, I didn't mind losing fights because I understood that when the other big dogs saw me, they'd be like, nah. Like, dude, I don't even feel like going through that with him. You feel me? Like, that ain't a one-hitter quitter. Right? And it didn't matter. Like, I'm average height as a man, so it wasn't a short man's complex. It was just the heart in me said that you don't have more heart than me. You ain't been through what I've been through. Like, you ain't willing to sacrifice it all. But what happened was, Jose, that mindset actually hindered me because I was doing unnecessary damage on the journey. A lot of times, watch this, Jose, we're operating from acts of the flesh. And acts of the flesh get in the way of fruit of the Spirit. I'm saying that because the journey is oftentimes easier than we allow it to be. Hear me, Jose. Hear me. The journey is often easier than we allow it to be. So I seen sometimes what we say, it's taking me longer to get there because I'm doing it alone. I'm gonna be real with you. That's an act of the flesh. The journey is taking longer because you have not submitted. You have not yielded to the instructions that was given to you. I sat down earlier, Jose, in the room, and we had a conversation, and I promise you, bro, like what we're about to do next is gonna be so amazing. But I remember sitting in here in the dark with nothing in here saying, this too small for where I'm going. Immediately, nothing was in here. I said, this is too small for where I'm going. And we barely been in here 3 years. Our greatest investment, Jose, is always the investment in how we think. But I'm gonna go a little bit further. And this one gonna throw a lot of people off, Jose. Our greatest investment, hear me. Our greatest investment is going to always be the investment in our ability to relinquish control. That's gonna be our greatest investment. People always think it's knowledge. But God didn't hire the smartest. Pharaoh did. God didn't always put the smartest people in place. God didn't always put the most brilliant people in place. God didn't always put the people with the highest IQ in place. God ain't always put the people who can make the most money in place. But what he did do was he made people jealous. People got jealous of the ones who were willing to relinquish control. We often think we got to be the smartest. Watch this. Joseph only told his brothers about the dream. He said, bro, I had a dream, y'all. And here's what it looked like. He wasn't the smartest. He damn sure wasn't the strongest. He wasn't the oldest. David was tending to sheep. His daddy said, surely you talking about my other 6 sons, not David. Because he wasn't looked at as the smartest. But we talking about men who are willing to relinquish control. Saul was put in position, but why did Saul's position get taken from him? Because he decided to do what? I need control. Moses got denied the promised land because he spiked the rock twice. Moses, I told you, hit the rock, speak to it. Speak to it. You hit it not once. You hit it twice. I ain't tell you do that. So you telling me you're going to supersede what I say do so you want control. So he put Joshua in place and said, hey, I'm with you as I was with Moses. He ain't never put the smartest person in position. I know, I get it. We hear it all the time. Your greatest investment is in the knowledge. Your greatest investment is in the information. That is part of the equation. That is part of the equation. Your greatest investment will always be in your ability to have patience and relinquish control. Watch this. If we go a little bit further, I'm going to go a little further and say this to y'all. Your best version of where you want to go, 98% of the time, is not even much in God's playbook. Because what we're doing is we're looking at where we want to go in life, financially, career-wise, personally. We're looking at it through a diluted prism. We're looking at where we want to go in life based on experiences that we've had. And the problem with experiences that we've had in life, the experiences that we've had in life are often curated by the mistakes we've made, or by the exposure we've had, or by the environment that we've been planted in. That is a diluted prism. Because even in the worst environment, how many times did we sit down and say, God, I relinquish control, give me the version, give me the vision, and I'm going to sit patient until the vision is made clear. What does he say in Habakkuk? Write the vision, make it plain, so that those who see it let's just be honest, y'all. How many times have we sat down and asked for the vision and then was patient enough to let the vision be revealed to us?